Had I known that my actions would curse Sylvanas to would I
That
have
was an
chosen differently?
amazing echo of Sylvanas' character with that
I left
transition.
my home.
Possibly dipping into darkness. That was beautiful. One of the first shots in this piece. And then we have here, Shadow of the Void. She is now turned towards it at the moment that she embraced it. And that is beautiful symbolism there. The question is, how many of you guys caught that? Today we're breaking down the cinematic language of Alleria, Light and Shadow, the war within World of Warcraft. If you enjoy our time together, please check out my entire cinematic journey of World of Warcraft. And join our guild, the Philidari. Lore Masters, join me in battle once again. All right, let's do it, guys. The 2D animated style. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this from Warcraft.
When we are young, we are taught to revere the light.
Ooh,
But when I
great
turn to
atmosphere.
it, I see only fire.
Alleria.
The fire of pain,
Great sound
of
design.
loss, the choices I made. Quel'Thalas,
Music's amazing. Kotlas.
until the Horde threatened everything.
What a great style. Very anime. It's amazing. We've never seen something like this from
My family
them.
was sworn to protect it.
Wow! This is great. There's a kinetic feeling to the animation.
Sylvanas
Very
and
anime
I,
style.
Together, we fought as one.
Beautiful. Yeah, they're using keyframes. These kind of
conflict
impact
here was
keyframes. Very anime way.
Pulling my sister and I apart.
Her sister. You know all about your sister. Oh, man. Great transition. Lovely shot. We see the aftermath here.
How can you leave? You
bent
would
it.
choose the Alliance over Quel'Thalas.
Sylvanas!
Our home.
It's not just our kingdom at risk. If the Horde isn't beaten back, others will fall. I have to go.
But you're
Great
abandoning your
performance.
family.
I am doing this for our family.
You'll notice there's an
I
axis
lost a
shift
sister that day.
on the camera.
Had I known that my actions would curse Sylvanas to her fate, would I have
That was an
chosen differently?
amazing echo of Sylvanas' character with that
I left
transition.
my home to fight this war to the end. I had no idea how far away that fight would take me.
There's so much to break down on this one. It's going to be great, guys.
Yet despite the war, I found my life's true love, Turalyon.
Yes.
And together we fought side by side. Until we became three.
Amazing.
But beyond the boundaries of our world,
I love the
our
scope of the
enemies
story.
grew powerful. You can make your stand here. Why risk marching into the unknown? Our only choice is to take the fight to them before
Yes.
it's too late. Should we not succeed, I will keep him safe. Just come back.
Love it.
We'll return before you know it, Parator.
Amazing performances, too.
Had I known that I would not see my son again until he was a man himself, would I have still left?
It's very Greek. I love it. The child goes off on his journey.
I had given everything for this fight. The only thing left to give was myself.
Amazing choreography. Again,
There was no
impact
other way.
frames. It's kind of what distinguishes
In
the
order
anime
to
style
defeat the
beyond the
darkness.
stylization of the drawing.
I had to embrace it.
No. Just the void?
So embrace it, I did.
I love it. What a good anime style choice. Seizing a power. Becoming greater than yourself. Possibly dipping into darkness. Oh my god, that was beautiful. As a manga panel. Genius.
Turalyon, who had known me, loved me, fought beside me, now saw me differently.
What
What?
have you done?
The shadow, it saved us.
No,
I can't touch her.
I would rather have died than see you fall to evil.
No.
Turalyon didn't understand, but I could not fault him.
That's a wild thing to say, by the way.
If I had known that embracing the shadow would push him away, would I have sought another path?
What a great character arc, man. I am loving it. Fantastically told. And the shot selection is really emotionally done. The pacing of this one video is
I
great.
did for a reason.
It's all over the, we're getting a whole story here.
War
Great shot.
is sacrifice. And I have
Yes.
sacrificed everything to protect
Notice she's
those
embraced
I
the
love.
power. Look at the armor change. The memories.
Keep them safe.
She's a new woman.
And if it
New
takes
power.
sacrificing myself to protect our world,
What a shot.
I will not hesitate.
And there's a beautiful theme.
I am a soldier of Azeroth.
Wow. Wow. Get back in the fight. Sign me up, baby. The Philidari's going in. War Within together on launch day. So get ready for that stream and join our guild, the Philidari. Guys, unbelievable work here. This shot right here is the one I wanted to look at. My initial reactions are incredible choice. I have a question for the lore masters. Are they going to do more in this 2D style? Guys, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet on this channel. I love this feeling of respite in the beginning. She's looking back at her light and shadow, as she says. And look at this, how appropriate. First shot, one of the first shots in this piece, we have the character here, lit by this beautiful fire, very soft. And then we have here the shadow, which is bigger than herself. The shadow of the void, the shadow of the power that she's going to have to embrace to surpass herself if she wants to survive and protect her loved ones. So how appropriate is that right in the
Fear
beginning?
the light.
Great
When I
shot.
turn to it, I see
Yeah.
only
Like I said, this sort of anime-esque style, they've made it their own too, with a little bit of the WoW hallmarks, a little bit more big, chunky geometry, though it's not unheard of in anime, a la the styles of like Mega Man and that sort of ancient, more classical style. In this, we do have a little bit of a mix. I love seeing like orcs and everything in this style. It's very cool.
the fire of pain, of loss, the choices I made.
I love it. It's a moment of respite, looking back, saying pain, loss, choices I made, but at the end, it's resolve. Right at the end, she says, yes, and I am a soldier of Azeroth. I have embraced this to fight for the planet. So I love it.
Pain, of loss.
Yeah. Right here, too, the music hit. Very nice compositions here. It gives that feeling of a grand journey that she's going to be going on. And I absolutely love it.
Both alas. Home.
I love the kind of sunrise feeling here with birds chirping, Quel'Thalas home. It is sunrise. It is the start of the journey, right? Comfort, warmth. The end, no. No such feeling in the color selection. So really good choices in the coloration here.
My family was sworn to protect it.
And right there, right? Tough choices have to be made. Same exact angle, same exact camera position. And all of a sudden, there's a different feeling. There's soldiers on the horizon. Not sunrise, not comforting. I want to look at this shot. I loved it. What a great shot, man. And we got a lot of the races represented here in Warcraft. From trolls, orcs, obviously elves. It looks fantastic. I love it. And you can see in the background the cityscape of Quel'Thalas.
And protected we
I love that shot. How we start in on his face. Revealed here. And then we pull back.
and protected we did.
Fantastic.
When Sylvanas and I fought together, we fought as one.
I want to look at this sort of section here. I mean, look at this.
And protected we did.
Right here. Ready? Starting now.
When Sylvanas and I fought together, we
Sylvanas and I
as
fought
one.
together. You can see the unity in their sisterhood. The connection, the understanding. They know exactly how each other's moving, how they fight, and they're able to use
Pulling
that.
my sister and I
Here, still back-to-back fighting. I love it.
apart.
And then torn apart, literally torn apart. There's a crack between them and their relationship right here, right? Fantastic. I love this shot too. There's a few axis shift shots in this after the battle where we take the camera and move it a little bit. Just gives a kind of brutal nature of the battlefield, and having to give up your loved ones here.
How can you leave? You would choose the Alliance over Quel'Tha loss. Our home.
It's not just our kingdom at risk. If the Horde...
This is such a great scene, too, because she's saying you choose sort of more than just us, than just our home. And Sylvanas can't grasp that. Sylvanas has struggled with this a lot as a character, too, right? To kind of go beyond, she's very focused on her sort of inner struggle and her own ambitions in a lot of different ways, it would appear, at least. And I like this. And this also echoes what happens at the end. She's seeing, I have to fight for Azeroth. It's more important than my family is the entire world.
Isn't
right?
beaten back, others will fall.
Yeah.
I
This is a
have to
great
go.
scene. Like I said, the pacing of this. We're a minute and a half in. We just got an epic opening, kind of reflection scene, memories, war council, full war scene showing the connection with her sister. We've established that relationship, and now we're going to have a break in a minute and a half.
But you're abandoning your family.
I am doing this for our family.
Great performance by Patty there.
I lost a sister that day.
And there it is, right? So we had the other shot back to back. I want you guys to look at it. There's a really nice echo here in the sort of choreography of it. So we're going to go right to here. See? There's this great shot where they echo this kind of like smirk. We know each other. We're always going to be right there, back to back, always fighting for each other. Now we're going to skip ahead, and we're going to see here.
I'm doing this for our family.
There's this shot, right? It's almost the same exact shot. Beautiful over the shoulder here. But in this case, separate ways, not back to back. A little bit of a skew in the rack focus to Alleria. Sylvanas stagnant in the shot, stagnant in her decisions. Alleria moving on.
Had I known that my actions would curse Sylvanas to her fate.
Oh
I've
man,
chosen differently.
chills. What a cool shot. And you can see right here, most replayed moment in the entire video is this little shot of Sylvanas. She turns around and look at this.
Known that
What a powerful image. Now, what I like about it is, you'll notice they didn't make Sylvanas kind of look evil and angry in this shot. What they chose was a great decision is, that's still her sister. Still sad that she's parting with. Still wants to be with her family. And that's the expression that stayed on her face. That is who she still sees Sylvanas as. Her sister. Not a monster, but the one that she probably abandoned and might actually blame herself if she was there to guide her, right?
curse Sylvanas.
Question for the lore masters. Who's older? Are they twins? I'm going to assume Alleria is older from this interaction.
Her fate.
Context.
But I have chosen differently. The
at this
actions
transition,
would
by
curse
the way.
Sylvanas to her fate.
Look at this.
But
Beautiful
I
transition.
have chosen differently.
Now, there's awesome
I
sound
left
design
my
in this
home.
too. And there it is, that shadow growing, impending, looming over her.
To fight this war to the end.
I
I
love
had
it.
no idea how far away that fight would take me.
Yeah. And there it is. You kind of see echoes of just later in the video too. It's awesome. This could be a great opening to a film as well.
Yet despite the war, I found my life's true love, Turallion. And
What I
together,
like about the visual style, or the stylization of how they've chosen to draw the characters, is there's still this beautiful geometric shapes that are, well, you know, the polygons of the game, having come from this, you know, early PC era of 3D games. Not the first, you know, we're not talking like FF7 for PS1 where everybody looks like a Lego, but, you know, pretty early, around the PS2 era, right? So rudimentary, but very beautiful, very stylized. So I like how they've chosen this style. Notice the ear is 1, 2, 3, 4. The ear is 4 lines. 4 lines to make it. The jawline, just 2 lines, right? There's not a lot of curvature here.
Brilliant.
Beautiful.
and together
Beautiful
we-
choice. Even her, more feminine, more soft face. We have just 1, 2, 3. 3 lines here. Very sharp.
We fought side by side.
It's cool. It echoes that style. What a shot, too. You know, caught up in your love, even in the midst of the battlefield. I love that they showcase that.
Until we became 3. But beyond the boundaries of our world, our enemies grew powerful.
Something I'm really impressed with, too, is the music. So the music is kind of like keeping the narrative, sort of the theme of the emotions on point throughout. It's very difficult. Like I said, we're 2 minutes in now, and we've gone through like the whole character arc and then some.
You can make your stand here. Why risk marching into the unknown? Our only choice is to take the fight to them.
Again, more hard decisions. Like, talk about a leader who's just forced to constantly make hard, selfless decisions to kind of keep everybody protected.
Or it's too late. Should we not succeed, I will keep him safe. Just come back.
We'll return before you know it, Arator.
Beautiful shot there. I want to go back. This is like a painting. Look at this. And I don't necessarily mean like a painting in the style of it, but in the composition. Look at the lighting choices. Look at the sort of framing, the blocking of the characters. Beautiful sweeping composition comes down to the focal point being the baby right here. Everybody's viewing the baby, which draws your eye down to it. Leading lines coming in this nice sort of S-curve right to the baby here. Yeah, beautiful composition. And I like how they lingered there for a second.
Had I known that I would not see my son again until he was a man himself.
Love that shot too. A sort of look, a knowing look shared between them.
Would I have still left?
Yeah. Awesome. Another great transition as she looks back. Would I have still done it?
I had given everything for this fight. The only thing left to give was myself. There was no other way.
Yeah, beautiful. Again, when I talk about the sort of key frames, which is just a term for all animation, but what I mean is these sort of impact frames, which anime is so known for. This kind of like dopamine release. Listen to this. Ready?
No other...
Boom! Right there. There's a big sweeping motion, and then boom! He kind of completes the cut. This very huge movement, awesome special effects, destroys the characters, and then that's the key frame you see, right?
No other way.
Emphasize the power of the hit. It's kind of like Guts from Berserk, right? Guts from Berserk. You don't often see him. You just see the aftermath of this, like that, and you see the destruction, and that's what you see in your mind. Kind of the trail of the sword. It's very powerful.
In order to defeat the darkness,
Wow.
I had to embrace it.
Yeah, and this shot too. So pretty much had no choice. Husband's about to die. She embraces it. Now, my question for the lore master. So what I know about Alleria and the new stuff is that she's kind of like, almost has like an apprenticeship with this void teacher. Is this before or after that? I assume this has to be after. Maybe she like embraces it right here, but was it something that she was like flirting with and then she had to tap into it, or did it just come to her in this moment? So that's what I'm curious about. Refresh my memory on that because I'm a little vague. Just when in the timeline of her void activity.
So embrace it, I did.
Again, just it's almost like I can see them in the planning stage of this being like, all right, she embraces an epic power. There's a scene where she goes Super Saiyan essentially. Anime style? Yeah, obviously, right? It's just like so cool. And look at this. The sound design for that moment, this kind of like opening up sound, cracking open. I absolutely love it. Just incinerates her enemies, just disintegrates them. It's absolute power. And he's shocked at this point, which is interesting. Because in the beginning, it might be like, listen to the music. The music has a sinister tone. Then you start to realize, oh no, is this a good thing? Wow, this is one of my favorite parts. Just this she's almost breaking apart, right? The fabric, the lines that are Alleria, right? The lines of her humanity are shaking a little bit, right? Look at this. She's almost like is starting to break apart. Her face is fluctuating and everything. That's her humanity. That's what it means to embrace this power that changes you. Kind of like any means to an end is a dangerous place to be. And there it is. And there it is. I was ready for it, but not prepared to see it again. Here we go. So insane kind of load up here. And then look at this. Again, it's 100% anime. Just explosion of speed. We have these like impact lines. Literally disintegrates people. And then watch this. Manga frame-esque here. And we're going to just go through it frame by frame. Look at this. Just disintegrates them. Cuts them into oblivion. And it's just so satisfying. So I want to see this whole sequence. Focus on the sound design here and listen to this.
at what
Wow,
cost.
and there it is. Like I said, that impact of his head hitting the ground. Now, something I really like about their choices here is you'll notice with the sound design, it's not like these sharp, kind of like loud sounds. It's almost like too fast, too intense for the ear to pick up, right? It's overwhelming. Listen. It's almost too fast to be loud, right? It's just destroys them. And she was able to save her husband. That was the guy who was holding her husband down. Just makes a beeline for him, cuts right through them.
But at what cost? Turalyon, who had known me, loved me, fought beside.
And look at that face. He's like, I'm gonna die next, you know.
Now,
I will say this
differently.
this comment from him kind of feels like a betrayal. I will say. Let's see.
What have you done?
Yeah.
The shadow, it saved us.
No.
That's crazy. That's crazy right there.
I would rather have died than see you fall to evil.
So my question now with that comment, like sort of how, from you lore masters who know the Void stuff a little bit better than me, how valid was that comment? Like, fall to evil. She did just save them. She did just spare his life and, you know, make sure their baby possibly has them in their life, though. It seems he's gonna leave her at this point. But like, how valid is that? Is the Void an absolute evil thing, guaranteed? The shadow, as he says, is he overreacting? Is he shocked in the moment? Like, what do you guys make of it? Because to me, without the context, that line's kind of crazy. I would have rather died than see this. Like, well, she did save you. If it was me, I'd be more like, hey, okay, you had to embrace that to save us. We can bring you back though from it. We'll make sure it doesn't like completely consume you. You know, make sure you're still there. Or better, if that's not gonna work, like, all right, then I'm with you. We're gonna share this. We're gonna share this shadow and overcome it. You know, so I think it's a bit of a betrayal by him. But I can understand if sort of like, you know, religiously, culturally, this is a thing to be absolutely feared.
Turalyon didn't.
But I think he should have stuck with it. That's just me.
But I could not fault him.
Yeah. And again, selfless person. I couldn't even fault him for it. I'm gonna go on my own journey now. Like, what an absolute gigalass.
Known that embracing the shadow would push him away, would I have sought another path?
So it's cool because that, I think, is the second question she asked herself. Would I have still done it if I'd known I'd never see my son till he was an adult? Would I have sought another path if I hadn't known the dark? Like, it's cool that she's been reflecting. And then here it is. Here it is, guys. Absolute deliberate choice here. What do you see now? She is now facing the shadow, right? She was over here. The flame is dying down. The shadow looming over here. She is now turned towards it at the moment that she embraced it. And that is beautiful symbolism there. The question is, how many of you guys caught that? Now, I don't ask that to be like some gotcha, like you didn't catch it, guy. I'm asking you because this is what makes art and filmmaking so awesome. It's the stuff that on multiple watches you will catch. Or hopefully my hope is that the reason I do these videos is we can help you appreciate the art more and the choices that people make and the work that goes into it. And just appreciate the message. But it's beautiful. And this is why, you know, watching stuff, this is a 5-minute video that is like densely packed with a full character arc. That you can see the love they have for the characters, the storyboarding, the message they wanted to portray and convey. And it's just beautiful. Look at that. Great metaphor.
No. All of the things I did, I
There it
did
is.
for a reason.
I love it. Embracing who she is. Right?
War is sacrifice.
Yes!
And I have sacrificed everything to protect those I love.
And we get to see her just full power now.
To keep them safe.
Wow.
And if it takes sacrificing myself to protect our world.
So I want to go back to this shot. The fighting is fantastic, by the way.
To keep
And look at that just stoic look. Nope. This is my
them
path.
safe.
I love this transition. I want you to look what happens here. Almost the same position of her face just melts into the happy past, the motherly feeling.
And if
I like this shot. Let me talk to you about the composition. So what I like about it is, first of all, look at how the moon crests inside her blade. That's just gorgeous. That wasn't even what I was going to say. Look at this. There's a feeling of, first of all, loneliness. Second of all, being trapped, right? We've angled the camera down to the point where the horizon is really small, right? It's like less than a third of the image. And we have this massive blue, and then she is trapped up here. Feels like she's trapped. She's all alone on the battlefield, you know, sort of in the solitude of her victory, but no one to celebrate with, right? Just a shadow.
If it takes sacrificing myself to protect our world.
And I love this shot. What I like about it is, first of all, it's just a beautiful composition. What it feels like, though, is it feels like statuesque, right? Because of the lighting, there's a lot of gray in the image. It feels like a Greek statue. And it feels like almost a sort of deific image of what she used to be, what people used to look up to, has now crumbled. That's gone, but she has become more powerful to protect them. They just don't know it.
I will not hesitate. I am a soldier of Azeroth.
And there it is. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I really loved it. People in Discord were like, you gotta cover this, man. You gotta cover this. And yeah, I loved it. It was amazing. I would love to have you as a part of the community. Hop in our Discord to join us, play Warcraft with us in our guild, the Philidari. And make sure to follow my new couples channel I do with my girlfriend Aaliyah, where we play games and have a fantastic time. Thank you guys so much for being here. What a pleasure. And I can't wait to see what else they do for War Within. Also, make sure to join us because we're going to be playing the War Within when it drops. You guys have a lovely evening. I'll talk to you soon.